Let's see. Yeah, it makes it worse from the front. Okay, anyways. Can't win for losing. We're at certain Walmart, DC. The trailer's like to the door. Load of onions. Every day I'd go look at the inspection door and I'd add it, look through it. Inspection vent door, whatever you want to call it. You know, if they'd be just fine. Yeah. One of these doors, and when the plastic cases gave out, and I got one thing leaning over to the side, so probably at least one case is damaged. But see what they discard, which I just call shortage control, but not let them know what happened. And it's like, okay, boom, 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 and it's no hassle. Yeah, I was doing a little video earlier. I thought this thing could pause. Maybe hit pause button. If I highlight the pause button, I hit the stop button. That's what I did wrong. I got the door. They called me up, gave me a door. But let's see here. Get back in the fray of things. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was waiting for this and that and the other. Let's bring up something here. Yeah, about the issue I had with it wasn't really a DOT officer, he was a regular police officer. Yeah, take the glasses off, shine in. I was on a good roll earlier. Thanks for team. What? Oh, that's TVC. Okay, come on. Tell me. Okay, personal advance. Alright. So I asked DOT. Of course, he relayed the email to another group's CMFV, whatever it was. And the answer was kind of like, I think I like the last part. Because once you're out of 14, you're not supposed to drive. But if you're kicked off the property, what's the solution? There's no parking on the street, most likely. Or it's unsafe. What's the solution? You know, electronic logs. Okay, where's the solution? Oh, you make sure and blah, blah, blah. Maybe yes or no, but okay, fact is, out of hours. You can't stay there. You know, shipper took 3 hours. If refrigerated, at least 3. One pallet, 20 pallets. At least, well, not 1, not 2, but it'd be 3 hours. Going to DC or grocery, whatnot. Yeah. So what you gotta do? You gotta break the rules. That's to make annotation. Hey, boom, boom, this is why. And go. You know, try to put it on the driver. Well, you know, we should have, would have, could have. Like, you know what? But it didn't happen. But guess what? You're out of hours. Period. Okay? There's a lot of things that's out of control. Like, I'm tired because under the electronic logs, I have to drive. A lot of times drive 7 hours straight. 7 hours, take a 30-minute break. Can't sleep for 30 minutes. And then finish off my other 2. That's what I like about these long loads. Usually I got extra time. I don't have to drive that hard. If I get tired, I just, okay, I'm shutting down for the night, whatever. Do some more next day. But you got to drive longer. Paper log's more flexible. I used to drive Drive 2 hours, take a nap if I needed to, or at least stop the truck, get out of the truck, walk around, and go. At least had the option. I could do that if I needed to. If I felt like driving 5 hours straight, I could. If I want to stop and check something out, enjoy my life on the road, I could. Electronic logs, not so much. Turn clock starts, that's it. Yeah. But that's the difference between laws and rules. Laws ain't for everybody, and there should be for nobody. So like there's two echelons on how society issues out laws about correction and whatnot. If you got connections to the government, you got good money, big money, they don't apply as much. But if you're like everybody else, and they apply it to you. Letter of the law, and you don't get that when you stand for God. If that's how you want to issue it out, that's what's going to be issued out to you. The letter of the law. Letter of the law kills, spirit gives life. But this is what from Oda. Okay, he said he agreed with Tom Yeager on the terms personal use and personal conveyance are all the same. But whether to use the same word, they're really the same. But, however, interpretation of personal reasons. Okay, that's another terminology. Okay, personal reason. It's very restricted in the FMCSR. The following interpretation deals with this. Question 26. If a driver is permitted to use a commercial motor vehicle for personal reasons, how must the driving time be recorded? Guidance. When a driver is relieved from work and all responsibilities for performing work, time spent traveling from a driver's home to his or her terminal, normal work reporting location, or from a driver's terminal to his or her home may be considered off-duty time. Similarly, time spent traveling short distance from a driver's en-route lodging, such as en-route terminals or motels, to restaurants in the vicinity of such lodging may be considered off-duty time. The type of conveyance used from the terminal to the driver's home, from the driver's home to the terminal, or to restaurants in the vicinity of en-route lodging would not alter the situation unless the vehicle is loaded. If they're arguing with the officer, it's like, well, you're laden. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm unloaded. I'm empty. But you pull in the trailer, you're laden. No. He failed to realize this is a combination vehicle. Two halves make a whole. Trailer's a half, truck's a half. Unladen. A driver may not operate a laden commercial motor vehicle as a personal conveyance. He dropped the trailer and go bobtail. Someone can steal the trailer and the load. That's the problem with that. They're afraid, they're going to cheat the system. Everyone cheats the system. People who run this stuff cheat the system. You have the system that is not like the real world, so you got to bend it a little bit where it will fit. A driver may not operate a laden commercial motor vehicle as a personal conveyance. The driver uses a motor carrier's commercial vehicle, this is mine, it's not the carrier's, for transportation home is subsequently called and is subsequently called by the employer carrier and is then dispatched from home, will be on duty from the time the driver leaves home. Yeah, but say he's like, I did not get a call. Oh, that's why you don't answer your phone. Now, my last time when I was home time, I was bobtailed to the house. I'm like, it's my time. What's the use? To my truck. Time to go back to the terminal, went to the terminal. Then I checked my messages. Yeah. Then I checked my messages. I started my pre-trip. I'm at work, now I check my messages. Plug this thing back in. Yeah. Then I check my messages. A driver placed out of service for exceeding the requirements of the hours of service regulation may not drive a commercial motor vehicle to any location taking rest. Please note there is no mention of any time or mileage restrictions, and all travel must be done unladen. However, FMCSA will not be more definitive in their answer with any kind of restriction, only saying short en route. What's short? Some people, this is 6 inches. The CVSA, I guess Commercial Vehicle Association of America, has been trying to get the FMCSA to come out with more detailed guidelines on personal conveyance, but they have refused to do so. So as far as being on customers' property and running out of hours, I totally disagree with Tom Yeager on his answer. There are times the driver has absolutely no control over his time. But to answer your question, within the 14 hours are up, you legally cannot drive a commercial vehicle. So I was like, no solution. Solutionless. Solutionless on that. I keep on writing. Right senators. Right. Not protest, not be a nuisance. Not go out there, run. Like, no, write handwritten letter. I just email. Do email too? Handwritten letter. Yeah. It's the squeaky hands that gets the grease. Not this, we're going to, one day this year, we're going to not work. We're just going to go take a 34 to show them. Show them what? Enemy of the state now? Because a lot of people depend upon this freight to be moving. You know? It's to be punishing the wrong people. And we already look like a bunch of buttholes. We look at buttholes even more. But there's proper ways of doing things. Yeah, you hear people going like, well, I tried. But either you do or you don't. Trying is like an excuse. Max effective range is 0.0 meters. Either you do or you don't. Either you do or you don't. Trying, what are you saying trying? You're wasting your energy saying, well, I tried. No, either you did or you didn't. No. And that sometimes hurts my poor little feelings because, well, I tried. Wait a minute. Either you do or you don't. Dang it. You know. Let's see here. Oh yeah, because while the thing was loading on my last attempt to record a video, two bellies. Chuck around. TB stands for also for tuberculosis. It's sometimes we'd get in the military, we'd get that little shot, had to go back, get checked out, would give each other a hard time. And what they would say, you got TB? Oh, they said, no TB. I'm gonna quit lying. You got TB, I see it right there. No, I don't. I'm like, yes, you do. I said, you got two bellies right there, two bellies. You got TB. But that's just military culture where you can buzz each other's chops. No one's really getting mad. Because in the day, everyone has everyone else's back when it matters. I mean, the women around had to watch out, but they would say, well, they kind of offended me, and just, okay, I'm sorry, and move on. Infantry land, whatnot, people don't get offended, don't worry about that stuff. I mean, yeah, I was a support element, main support. I was usually with the grunts, so they walk everywhere. Be hauling them too. I'd watch what's that show, that sitcom, Generation Kill. Oh, that was so good. The one stupid officer, I mean, I swear. Why didn't he get fragged? I mean, the last episode, they wanted them to go and mark landmines at night for the engineers. The Army engineers, most likely combat engineers, they handle that stuff. They get rid of minefields. They throw explosives across there, boom. Yeah. They wanted the Marines to mark them. Basically, just there's a minefield, throw chem lights at it. Okay, it's marked. But what this retard did, led from the rear, had a couple of his Marines mark each individual. Or something that had them walking in the field. It's like, dude got their legs messed up. That happened, I probably blew their lieutenant's head right off. Boom. And maybe everybody all agree with, yep, enemy sniper fire. Take him out. Luckily, I had not had to deal with that when I was military. I had some good lieutenants, I just had no problem. I just obeyed orders, no problem. When Dad had to deal with some, of course, CBs, it wasn't lieutenants, it was ensigns. It was ensigns, they need to call them ensigns. 01s. But they didn't make it very long in Vietnam, Oh, he's dead, okay. That's how they handled things back then. Was a piss poor leader, you was going home. Yeah. That's war. That's war. That's how things are dealt with a lot of times with war. That's what's scary about President Trump. Oh, World War III. It's going to happen. It happens in threes. 1, 2, and then, 3. Worked in a nursing home. People die in threes. Be 2 pricked right one night. A couple nights later, 1. So, I ain't worried about it. World War III, World War III. And because everything's corrupt, Hopefully Trump follows through what he says. I'm sure he's going to have to, The wall, I doubt that's going to ever be done. That was just get people to vote for him. He did. I mean, he did and said everything that the people, the experts said. You can't do that and become president. Oh, he ain't gonna win. He beat all those other Republicans, and he also won. I mean, the stats. I listened to there wasn't one guy who's living in Russia that gave out all the information. Ain't Biden. I was watching the video about him interview. And he was told trust the stats, scientific and everything else, even though that was totally wrong. They were saying, 93% Hillary's going to win. I knew at the time. I didn't stay up all night worrying about who's going to win. I'm like, I'm going to bed. Look in the morning. Oh, cool, Trump won. Good surprise. Last election, I was hearing those stats that, that Obama wasn't going to get reelected. And I was like, holy smoke. I mean, been coming as work for, shut down one of their terminals. I was like, bracing for lean times. Everybody wasn't crying and bawling. It was like, okay, well, 4 more years. But Trump sounds so different than all the other Republican candidates. Republican candidates sound the same. Same old mod. Actually presidential. But Trump, way out there from my history. Now, there's the same things how I would say it. Very rude and crude and obnoxious. I'm like, yes, all right. A leader. Gotta be strong. And here's somebody put out videos about, the Zionists. Okay, what's wrong with supporting Israel? All the other nations are going to go against Israel. It said that in the Bible, in Revelation. They support Israel. People find fault. I mean, Israel's righteous, but we're going to support Israel. Maybe that's why we've been having a good time. God's people. He's God's first chosen people. Sons of Abraham. Those who bless you, I'll bless them. Those who curse you, I'll curse them. So Trump got elected. I mean, the market went up. I mean, fuel price is still pretty low. Better back to $1, like for diesel, but here goes the people on the voters' plantation so scared. Oh, he's going to take my food stamps away, and blah blah blah. Speaking about that, the welfare system's so screwed up. If you're lazy and you're pathetic, there's help for you. But if you got honor, you honor a person, you're trying to work, there's no help for you. I've probably said this before. I got my sister-in-law who's actually half black, half white. And her husband, I think he's probably 70% black. There's no one, after a couple generations in America, there's no one really 100%. Unless you marry your cousins. And they're maturing, they're working. One's working 2 jobs, one's working long hours at a nursing home. Do they get any food stamps? No. And they're struggling, but they're making it. They're making it on their own. It's their money. And we're really proud of them. He had a pass, He said he had felony asked me about trucking. I'm like, there's some companies that will hire you. Depends on the age of the felony and whatnot. But don't let that stop you. Even once you get CDL, I'm going to have to work for a crappy company. Just get timing. Well, there's a desperate drivers get 6 months solid, and you can try to move up. Yeah, but it's really better, in my opinion, at least a year, good solid year. When I go home next time, if I'm over the house and if they have that time off, maybe my wife sometimes watch her kids to help out, and that's great. That's good. I mean, family helps one another. Nothing wrong with that. And relying on the government, you got family. It'd be different if you have no family and you want to help yourself. There's no help for you from the government. If you get help or you don't, there's no grace period, there's no transition. Like they want you on the voters' plantation. Because if you're stuck in that system, relying on the government, you're going to vote for the party that's going to guarantee that you're going to have income. And the one that you think is going, oh no, cut it down. And the system hadn't changed in 8 years. Hadn't gotten any better. Now, when I was having kids, we qualified for that stuff. Well, it didn't work. I did to help things out. Of course, they want to. She come up with excuses. Well, child care and everything. I think she really wanted to. Be told what to do. But being a housewife, you can sleep in late as you want, get up early as you want. If it's sleep, you can try to get up and get those things taken care of that you can't while the kids are up. You're more flexible. And that is a job. I mean, taking care of the house is a job. My wife hadn't went to school yet. Lately, these kids aren't talking about it, but I'm not bringing it back. I'm not talking about it with her. I think I am going to talk about it, but not to push her into doing it. If doing all right, and she can't qualify for no financial aid. I don't see the money for it. I get her more and more on the saving, mindset. Put money away now for something later. And if you're not working, well, she's working at the house. She's able to help. We can help our father-in-law out. He's a social worker, but we help him out with certain things with with his health care. Social worker, he don't get. I think social workers should get health care. Should be part of the, not part of the pay, but benefit. You're helping society out. Okay, don't worry about your health care taken care of. Ain't like to make a lot of money unless you get a bunch of degrees, a couple masters, whatnot. Get your LLCC or something like that, LIC, licensed clinical therapist, LCT. I don't know what they call it, but more licensing depending upon degrees. There's a lot of sacrifice going through those colleges. He has a bachelor's. Now he's still on the Democrat side. And it's like, slowly but surely, I think I'm getting him over to more, I ain't rooting for the Republicans. Of course I voted for Trump. Guns and everything. But like what the hell are they doing with the healthcare system now? It's just constantly like, supposedly Republicans got control of both House and Senate, and they can't pass a legit healthcare bill. I mean, and when the Democrats in charge of both, same thing. Nothing's really getting done. That's why it's constantly it would go flip. It go wild. Okay, boom. Full Republican control. Next election for Republican senators, whatnot, it will switch. They'll be replaced by Democrats. Then, the Democrats have control, and they go back to Republican. No. But does anything really change? No, it doesn't. No, it does not. That's much I think should be just hit history, but okay, that's not description. Okay, library. No, history isn't under library. Okay, that's his history. Okay, here. Oh, Snowden. Listen to that. Yeah, he's the one that still has faith in the scientific process of analysts and data and blase. So scientific, why was it so wrong? But yeah, blind still in Russia and whatnot. You know. And I don't think what he did was very wise to himself. You know, there's proper channels supposed to use those channels. He says those permits lead to one big drain, and there's flush. Like, well, that's a system that you're part of, okay? I mean, he still has a girlfriend moving over to Russia. I mean, yeah, he's thinking something was wrong. He made a stand. He's making money by making speeches and whatnot over there. But how long is that going to last? Yeah. The proper thing I think would do was, you know, maybe leave that and run for office. And you can change the system from within. You can't fight the system, you don't win. Help others, but you're yourself totally destroyed. And you say, well, these don't make a difference. Yeah. What about your family? Different things about Russia. I like Putin. He's a good, strong leader. And we're working more closely with them. Having better relations than we did with the last president. You know. And it's funny, Snowden, they posted this one channel called Variety Vanity. Edward Snowden exposes Donald Trump. A little bit of that interviews about Donald Trump. You know, just a little bit. Can't find any media's against him. About his tweets. Or his fine fault. You know, he's a Christian and they bring out some stuff about, about what he did in that bus and whatnot, you know. But these same people will come and say, oh, you're not supposed to judge, but they just did the same thing. You know. Of course, he interviewed even with this one preacher, and the preacher asked him, "Did you ever confess to Jesus that he was wrong? First you got to confess to Jesus, to repent." He couldn't answer that question. They tried to do good, like, well, people say, well, he's not really a Christian. Like, wait a minute, there's a lot of people who have the same mentality. They never confess. They try to do good works. He needs to confess. Different help out. I'm not saying he's a Christian or not. And for God to decide. Kind of shaky grounds, But if he's successful, wanting the president to fail, it's like wanting yourself to fail. When Obama was president, I want him to succeed, but he bailed out the banks. The banks was the ones that made bad decisions. Well, here's some more money. And the CEOs gave themselves bonuses. Oh, some giving them back. They was forced to because of pressure. How much money do you really need? I mean, making $1 million. You invest that, it's easy to get a 10% return. You can live off that. Just living simple. What you need a house for? You just need a house for a shelter. Not for some status or whatnot. Vehicle, just need vehicle for transportation, not for status. Look at me, your girlfriend, drink for her, And my wife's getting hit in that, get another vehicle. I'm like, yeah, well, after get the one we got paid off and drive it for at least 2 years, paid for it. So I have to put money aside for a down payment. If I keep maintenance up, it'll be just fine. And she actually said that she likes it, so shouldn't be a problem. It's got when I come home, I gotta get on the kids about keeping it clean. They're the one that bug for toys, whatnot. But something else. So I used to get on her about keeping vehicles clean, and that don't work out very well. Boys are older, I get on them. They make things hard on your mother. I thought you said you love your mom. Well, talk is cheap. You can say that all you want. But show her that you love her by picking up after yourself, quit bugging for toys all the time. I mean, do you want a cheap toy now or get something nice on your birthday or Christmas? That's your choice. You want cheap toys now? Don't expect nothing great for Christmas or birthday. And it's up to you. Make a choice now. That's what I'm going to ask you. Make a choice now. Do you want to be able to get a cheap toy anytime you go shopping or get something real nice for your birthday or for Christmas? Because now we have both. We're not rich. And take care of the small toys, cheap toys, watch trouble. Waste my money, get something nice you're not going to take care of. So, yeah, my dad got the remote controlled trucks. That's pretty cheaply made. Broken pieces. I mean, I just played demolition derby with them. Made in China. They just broke apart. Oh well, they got their enjoyment out of that stuff, I guess. Yeah. Crazy. Kids. But constant struggle, trying to push them for greatness, push them for excellence. But me changing my tactics definitely helped out a lot. Helped my wife out a lot. Keep her from feeling so overwhelmed. If one tactic don't work, you need to change tactics up. The thing is the end, the goal. Get that thing accomplished. Coming home to a clean house. Coming home and that one vehicle we got is clean. I ain't talking about being spotless, but not bags of trash, whatnot in it, but kept clean. I don't mind when I come in town, grab it, take it to vacuum, whatnot. And my wife was, well, thanks for cleaning up. I'm like, no problem, no problem. And look at my boys. Yeah, because nice you guys would actually clean up after yourself. Say you love your mother, go on the lecture. Well, don't take a whisk broom. At least sweep. You can sweep it out, sweep stuff off carpet. It's doing something. I mean, it's. You want allowance, but don't you try to earn it. I'd be more happy giving you allowance if you're going to do something. I mean, dang, I'm going to allow you to live. There's your allowance. Allowance. I never got no allowance. Just hold my own weight. But that's the struggles with being a dad. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm glad I got my boys. My name would go on. That's the world ends. But I don't know if anything else. I don't think I've even started about anything interesting. Yeah, the other YouTuber, the Fall Finder. He's not Fall Find now. I mean, time off, and you go around there taking videos trying to catch truck drivers. Don't just turn in your truck and become DOT. I mean, hypocrite, go all the way. It's one thing, I can't drive on water. I can't walk. I mean, walk on water. I don't break the rules. I do bend them. I make them flex around the real world. According to the situation that I'm in, making things happen. That's the Army thing. He was a daggone civilian, Mr. Marine. Yeah, they got a reputation of being law-abiding. So many laws out on the books. We were all guilty. There's no one righteous, no, not one. I don't know if they're trying to find fault with people. Oh, during U-turn. Technically, it's not a U-turn. Well, not a U-turn. Nope. You pull over the side of the road. That's one maneuver. Okay. Then you go take a left. Not you. Not a shape of a U. Not a shape of a U. Unless you write your U's like this. Not you. Gee, I was debating officers on that stuff when I was 16. And I was like, no, officer, that's more like the 3-point turnaround. And I told him, stop. Now you turn 3-point turnaround. So I go, Parview, stop, back up. That's now you. Technicalities. I mean, I support law enforcement, but when I'm right, I'm right. When I was in the military, I stood up for myself, stood up to the sergeants and whatnot, even Sergeant Major. I knew I was right. I'm not no daggone wuss going like, oh, okay, go with the flow. No, unless the flow's going the correct direction. Yeah, I'll go with it if it's going the correct direction, but if something's wrong with it, I'm not going to go with the flow. That's just no, I'm not a coward. I'm not a wimp. Perhaps I am an alpha male. Because some people get their feelings hurt because they're convicted, because they're nuts. That's funny. Someone did fall for the Fine Pharisee triple F trap, because that's the purpose of that. Fine Pharisee triple F club. Pharisee's not spelled with an F. See, there you go. Fell for it. And I just throw names on people. Oh, he's just a jackwagon. And that doesn't change the fact that I'm right and you're convicted. Well, that's the end of the video he's putting out. He's ain't fault finding people. But someone he will be caught doing something that he preached against. Be on someone else's channel, not mine. You know, I don't do that. Me, I'm like, if I go find fault with someone else doing that, I'll get busted doing the same thing. Cause I know sometimes I do a U-turn when I see it's safe to do so. I prefer just driving around, taking enough lefts, enough rights to get back. That almost got me in trouble last time I did that. That was my fault. I wasn't paying attention to detail. I didn't really pay attention to where I was at, actually. And I didn't, I came in. I'm still in this daggone same state that the port of entry is in. I had to go through it to deliver the load, but things like happened to teach me a lesson that caused me to be better. Pay more attention to detail. So, you know, I make mistakes too, but I don't do pointing things out. Now, I've seen the video Ike did. He had someone, I call it finger banging yourself. I was goofing off at a fuel aisle. I didn't know someone was pointing the camera at him. It was like, you know, it'd be different if, you know, there's no one waiting behind you, but that can change in an instant. I bet just go ahead and pull forward. If you want to check something on your phone and whatnot, you pull forward and you can look and like, oh shoot, someone's there. Let me get going, or I'll just park this thing. If you really don't really need to leave immediately, just go ahead and park it. At least that's what I do. Then I can finger bang myself to my heart's content. But I had where at night I just want to drive out there and just get some coffee because nighttime there's no parking. And this guy is usually in a green truck, owner operator, independent owner operator, and just dilly-dallying around. Or some immigrant. Usually people lower the IQ, or lower the likelihood they're going to actually care about other people. You should just sit. You know. I've seen people just at the fuel aisle. It's full. People waiting. You know, from another country, just eating his food. You know, I don't know if it's Sikh or if it's just like a Muslim, but just no clue. Just, you know, and some people, they just don't get it. The intellect is so low, they don't get that that's an issue. They don't understand. And like in Iraq, we driving up on our military. We got a road closed, they're still driving. We got to shoot at them, and sometimes that don't work. And up, bullet to the head of the driver usually stops the car. But we have contractors do some stupid things too. Like when you leave the gate of the base, and the guard wave at you, you know, and then these guys, I guess they forgot something, and they pulled a UE and tried to come back through, but they got shot because you're not supposed to do that. Yep. Yeah. Made wrong decision, and boom. Light's still green. Get to it. There's got low Siamese been here for a while. Okay, be getting detention time. No problem. $20 an hour after a couple hours. Let's see here. They got one more hour before that starts. No rush. I'll put the thing on. It's on. Put the thing on off duty already. And go back to this stupid thing. Boom. Okay, here, hit save. Boom. Right, like you might say, oh, I don't want to. All right, hit it. Boom. Doing something else. Okay, well. And edit that thing there. Make sure I'm doing the right thing. Okay. On duty to off duty. Save edit. Okay, back to grid. Now I need to go back on duty and do my 15 minutes. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, let me do it again. Okay. Then I finally updated everything. This thing's slow. 2017, is this stuff that slow? Like having the F-150 Ford powered by a 4-cylinder. Or the potential but no power to move it. Anyways, this world, humans. That's my thing going on. Everything's going good between me and the company. Truck's running great. Actually driving it. That's about this due for B service. I'll work it in. I'll have to wait until I'm ready to go home. I'm gonna if we're dropping off the trailer at the terminal, go ahead and run through inspection and stay there until I get the B service done, and then go on to the house. Before, I had 2 vehicles. Kept the vehicle at the terminal. I just drop my truck off there. You know, hey, it's gonna be done. They should do it as soon as they can. I just go home. I get a message. It's done. What they do, they wait to the last minute. And these things they need to get done is, hey, they need to take them to the dealership. I got issues. I want the oil change before any injector work, because they don't change the oil. The dealership don't change the oil. Oil's contaminated, they don't change it. And place I got fuel at, got filled up at. People talking about, oh, it plugs filters, whatnot. If you get fuel and no matter what, even the big place, I've seen my filter get kind of plugged. All I do is, on mine, I got bottom, I got drain. I can drain out the sediment. Yeah, that usually clears up the filter, because the stuff that's picking up on the inside of the filter falls back down to the sediment container. But if you fuel up, no matter this will happen no matter where you go at. If the truck stop is getting its fuel, the tank's getting filled, all that sediment's going, and you're filling up, or you're gonna get that sediment. Like in the Army, go to a fuel point on base. If they just got a shipment of fuel, you have to wait an hour before they'll let you fill, keep the sediment down. I thought a bunch of nonsense. We just go to truck stop, you know. But now I'm seeing why they actually had a real reason, real legit reason. Army actually knew what they're talking about. Yeah, being hard-headed sometimes. Yeehaw. But been a long hour of me just blathering on. Hopefully it's something interesting. Yeah. Oh yeah. Benefit having only 62 subscribers. Because that was Little Dog's talking about, because you know that's why he had to edit his videos. Because the company would call and say, hey, you know, you shouldn't say this, shouldn't say that, and blah, 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 and wouldn't pay him. And finally they started giving him a monthly stipend for that. But he said now he has freedom, he can say whatever he wants. Well, I got that freedom too. I only got 62 subscribers, so I can say whatever I want. About anything. Freedom of speech. Is it really freedom of speech when a company can dictate what you can say? Yeah, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. So is it really free? Yeah. Oh yeah. And what about keep on calling Biden? The guy's in Russia. He talking about he was told that people's willing to give up their liberties for security. That reminds me of what was said in the, I think it was a Captain America, Winter Soldier. You know, the enemy was saying that for try to take the freedom away, and people fought. But we made the world seem unsafe, and there's willing to give up their liberties for security. I'm like, man, that preaches. But did anybody get it? Interesting. But you humans, it'd be funny if for some reason I get discovered, you know, in a so-called reality show or something. I ain't out with my breath. That's not, but who knows? But I don't know, nobody say nothing too controversial where it's like bad publicity. Yeah. Who knows? Interesting. But I really don't know. I'm gonna have to get unloaded. There's no plan on, there's no preload. I'm sure my DM is working on something. In this area, there's loads. There's gotta be loads, you know. See where it's going. Next load's going to take me. Yeah. Whether or not I make a term, whether or not I win, I get my truck service and where. I just wait till after the end. I said staying out 4 weeks, then go home for about 4 days. So one of those days is gonna be down. That's 4 days. Getting the bead surface done. And the oil is good, not too thick, good lubricant. So I got like 3 bottles of that oil stabilizer. So if you then swing by a terminal and pick up a spare fuel filter, it's good to have one of those with you. Because when it gets plugged, it changes pretty easy. Just get a little container, drain out the fuel. You know, I got a little pry bar, tap it, take a ring out, take it out, boom, boom, replace the filter, put it back together, tap, tap, and you're good to go. If you drain out your sediment, every so often you see the level. That one, everything's upside down. You see the level go up, drain your sediment out, and that'll probably help out, or not. I don't know. But don't waste your time for a little over an hour. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye.